for the avowed object of thwarting our policy and hampering our power. So their sworn object, their goal object of stopping our policy and hampering or limiting our power, limiting our greatness, so reducing our greatness and stopping the fulfillment of our manifest destiny. And again, it talks about manifest destiny here, to overspread the continent, to go from sea to shining sea, from the east coast to the west coast, Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean. Manifest destiny, their goal, their fate, their obvious fate. Allotted, which means given, by providence. Here's a reference to God. Providence was a name for God. So saying that this destiny, again, this was given to us by God, allotted by providence, for the free development of our yearly multiplying millions. So the multiplying millions, the population gets bigger, population's multiplying, so they need somewhere to go. So they need to overspread the continent. They need to take over the rest of the continent. Westward expansion. So who was O'Sullivan referring to when he wrote that other nations have come between us and the proper parties to the case? Who is us and who are the proper parties? So let's look at that sentence right here. Other nations have undertaken to intrude themselves into the question of Texas. They have come between us and the proper parties to the case. So again, look at who's us, who's he talking about, and the proper parties. And again, look at the whole sentence, gives you a clue. Again, make sure when you answer that question, make sure you put the page number, page 407. You're going to answer these questions, the what do you think questions. You can just tell them what do you think. You don't need to copy the questions down, but I do need you guys to answer them in complete sentences. Also keep in mind, I have Google as well. So if you just Google the question and copy those answers, I know what Google says the answers are, and they should not be copied. Please put them in your own words. According to O'Sullivan, what was manifest destiny? So I already talked about manifest destiny. What is manifest destiny? And again, he talks about it here. The fulfillment of our manifest destiny to overspread the continent allotted by providence for the free development of our yearly multiplying millions. So what is manifest destiny? Number 2, analyzing central ideas. So we're analyzing the central ideas. What does Albert Gallatin think is the real motive underlying the idea of manifest destiny? So what does he think, based on what you read, what does he think is the real reason for manifest destiny? Number 3, comparing and contrasting texts. So remember, comparing, what do they have in common? What do they have contrasting? What's different about them? How do you think O'Sullivan might have responded to Gallatin's claims about the true motives of manifest destiny? So O'Sullivan has his opinion about manifest destiny, westward expansion, and let's say he read Gallatin's opinion about it. What might he say? So those are things to keep in mind. Again, don't just copy from Google. I'll be checking for that. And you will be answering these questions.